Welcome back to Titans franchise. We are on our last two games of this season. It has been a interesting season. Two huge wins in last video over both playoff contenders, both number 2 seeds in their respected conference. Crazy overall video and great showing for your Tennessee Titans. If you are enjoying this series, please let me know with a comment, and please subscribe and like the video. Today we have the Saints and Jags on the schedule. I am not particularly looking to win either of these games, but we are just going to go out and have some fun and see what we can do. Just the big thing is, if we do win these games, we will have a chance at losing the number 1 overall pick, which I do think for this team is very important. Neither of these two teams are playoff contenders. Beating them would just be hurting us, but we will obviously see how the game goes. We, other than last week, have played terribly on defense and made many mistakes on offense. In these games, I'm looking to clean those mistakes up and just continue playing good, smart football, but not particularly trying to overextend anything. But we will go ahead, get into weekly strategy. I'll show you when we get gold in our mini games, and then we will get into the game versus the Saints. Gold for Cam Ward, gold for DK, gold for our rookie left edge. Here we go. Titans Saints Nissan Stadium. Can we ever get a clear day? It is cloudy. Here come your Tennessee Titans. Sly with the kickoff, and here are the Saints to return. Decent tackle. Spencer Rattler is their starting quarterback, and he's had a heck of a year. Not many touchdowns thrown when you consider it's almost the end of season, but great start to the game by Zach Allen with a sack, but he has also not thrown any picks, basically. And there's Chris Olave. Looks like it could be a run to Kamara. Oh, no, it's a sneak. All right, here's 1st and 10 for the Saints. Run or not to Kamara, and intercepted by your Tennessee Titans. We're off to another good start. McCreary with the interception. Pressure by Barton, I believe. Cam Ward under center, and a handoff to Spears, and a nice shed. Here comes 2nd and 9 for the Tennessee Titans. Decent run for Spears. 3rd and 4. We are going to go for 3 straight runs and give Spears his shot. And he's got a whole nice cut. 3 for 14. Alright, 1st and 10. Here we go. There was more there. Just couldn't cut into the hole. 2nd and 9, here we go. Tried to get rid of it to Helm. Couldn't get it. Chase Young with the pressure. Safe football today. Let's go 3rd and 9. Spears. Can he get it? There it is. First down. Here comes 1st and 10. Miller in the backfield. Not much for him. 2nd and 11. Here we go. Not much. Alright, I gotta get rid of that. I'm playing stupid. I thought maybe Helm could come across the field and I would make a crazy throw. But that was absolutely stupid. And yeah, we're gonna have to kick the field goal because that was a stupid pass. But Gunnar Helm with a nice reception and Sly to kick off or kick the field goal. Okay. All right. Back to defense. Tennessee Titans showing up today. I mean, the old Tennessee Titans. Loving to give up the game. Oh, crazy throw to Hill. McQuarrie with... Oh, no, Winston Jr. with the pass break up. Here comes 3rd and 10. Let's get on. Ah, frig. They're going to call me for pass interference. It's ridiculous. I barely bumped into him, and the pass wasn't even going anywhere near him. Bottling up Kamara. Alright, 2nd and 12. Here we go. Another run to Kamara. He cuts it up. Alright, we've been doing alright. Let's keep this going. Underneath route, they're going to have to punt. Here comes the punt and the return by your Tennessee Titans. Alright. Could have been a better block. 1st and 10 Titans. Please block Helm. And that is the end of the 1st quarter. Not a high-scoring game. 2nd and 8. Here we go. Halfback screen. Nice hole. Nice hole. My lineman was in the way. I think we had more there. But overall, a good, solid play for your Tennessee Titans. And here is a run to Spear. Trying to get through that hole. Let's give Spears another shot on 2nd and 9. Here we go. Blown up. Alright, here we go. 3rd and 8. Probably have that down the field if Cam... Okay, Cam Ward. And here we go with the punt. Probably looking to get this out of bounds. Here we go. No, inbounds, but at the 10. Nice punt. Alright, defense has been good today. Offense just has been non-existent. And Kamara blowing us up. 9-yard pickup for Kamara. Trying to get in here for a sack. Get on that. He was so far off the coverage. We knew our defense could only hold up for so long. Our offense needed to make... I got him for a sack. It switched me off the player, of course. But at least we got the sack. That's just awful coverage. And, alright. Come on, Tennessee defense. Wake back up. Let's go. 1st and 10 for your Saints. Trying to get in there again. Decent tackle, but pickup of 8. Shaheed, still a Saint in this world. Nice tackle for loss for Jeffrey Simmons. Here comes 3rd and 3 for the Saints. Just had a blocker out there, and Kamara first and goal. Right, looks like it could be a run, it could be a sneak, honestly. Nice play by Jeffrey Simmons again. That is twice this year he has been able to do that on the goal line. Here comes second and goal. Looks like it's going to be a pass. Could be out to Kamara. It's a Spencer Rattler run, and he jumps in. And our guy moved out of the way for him. Least you could have done was hurt him by letting him jump right into you. Okay, here comes the return. Our defense could only hold up so long, even though we were playing so well. And here is first and 10. Cam Ward with a decent year, not a great completion percentage, and a lot of picks, even though picks weren't shown there. Lots of picks. Cam Ward gonna get out and throw it on the run, and he misses it. Frig! And just like that, it's second and long. Here we go. Did not... nobody's open. Come on. Wake up, please. Alright, third and 10. Got away from the run. Should've just run the ball. Helm with a nice route and a nice catch. Gonna be your 2-minute warning. Gonna try a outside run with Spears. Try to get him... oh, was gonna cut it up, but the outside ended up being good. And it is second and 1. We did get out of bounds. I was worried about that. We're gonna go with another run. Have a lead blocker this time. Decent block pickup. Decent block by DK. Allowed us to get out of bounds and not have to call a timeout. Here we go, first and 10. Run right up the middle. Plenty of room for Spears. He breaks a tackle and gets us first and goal. And Saints call timeout. Well, I was going to say we were going to keep feeding the hot hand. But here is Miller with a carry. And he's got some room on the outside. Gets blown up. Another timeout by the Saints, and Spears is back in. Glad to see that. And here we go. Didn't have enough speed to get outside, but it is a waste of their timeout. Okay, third and goal. Here we go with a pass. One of the first on this drive after the miss. Y was open in the beginning, and sometimes do really hate this team, but we're gonna go for it on fourth and goal and pick this up, most likely with DK. Yes. Oh, Cam Ward. Cam Ward, please stop selling almost. Thank goodness. DK went up and got it. Oh, it's under review. Please tell me Cam Ward did not sell us. Well, that's a terrible thing. No, he's good. He's good. Okay, we're good. We're good. Cam Ward really trying to sell this game, and was it blocked? I thought I just missed it. Here's the kickoff, and yes, I did just totally miss the kick. Normal thing for me. First and 10 for the Saints. Here they go. Most likely a pass since... Alright, here we go. Second and 3 for the Saints. No timeouts. And going really slow. Nice tackle. Again, no timeouts. And going really slow. And throwing it away. Okay. Here comes the punt by the Saints. Have no idea what that last drive was for them. Decent blocks down the field. And we're taking too much time to get down. First and 10 for your Tennessee Titans, going up to DK. Couldn't get it. Wasn't honestly expecting that to work, but figured I'd just give him a shot. Call timeout, call timeout, call timeout. Whew. Got the timeout off. We will kick a field goal. I didn't realize how long this was actually going to be. I think I focused up enough to reach it. I did. Whew. Got it. Alright, here comes the kickoff by the Saints. Tennessee Titans to return. Decent-ish return to the 27. 1st and 10 for your Saints. Here we go. Cam Moore needs to get out. Nope. Had plenty of people open. I just couldn't get it off farther. They had nobody in coverage. Just did not make my decision fast enough. And screwed us. And waited too long on that. That was called just use the play like it's designed. And don't try to wait for DK to burn. Helm on a linebacker. Thought he might have it, actually. I'm actually surprised he did not have it. He had it originally. Here is the punt. That was called we needed to run the ball. And we did not. Here comes your Titans defense. 1st and 10 Saints. Do not go with a run to Kamara. And almost sacked. Here is 2nd and 10. Defense has been pretty good. Another interception. This one from Winston Jr. Rattler has doubled his picks in this game, and we need to run the ball, like I said last round. Here we go. Alright, run. Blocks didn't hold up long enough, but still got 2 yards. Spears to the outside, just doesn't have enough speed. Alright, 3rd and 8. Here we go. Get Spears in the passing game. Thank you, Spears. Please tell me you picked that up. Oh my gosh. Alright, thought this was going to be stupid, but this is the most stupid defense lineup I've ever seen. Yeah, that's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Time to go back to Spears. Nice tackle by Chase Young. This looks like a interesting play that we will give a shot. Have not used it in the play. It's basically just a... There was no room on that. Wow. Run game has not been great. Have to try to hit it up with the pass. Helm makes a nice try at the ball and keeps us from throwing an interception. And here is the punt. Let's just keep up the streak on defense of having more interceptions than we have had all season, basically, almost. Why did you not run with him? Nice blow up. I get we're in zone, but there was coverage where you needed to be, and please pay attention. Please get... Alright, Shaheed is killing us on this drive. Why our guy was running deeper than he was already, we will never know. Come on, get there. Got Spencer Rattler, only a pickup of 4. Here comes 2nd and 6. It is a run for Kamara, 3rd and 7. Nice tackle for loss. That miss extra point may come back to haunt us. Plenty of time still in the game, but no. Come on. Dude was right on top of him. Blow him up, please. Alright. Alright. Saints touchdown. Cam Akers with the touchdown. Here is the extra point. We will be down 6, 5. What am I saying? Here is the return by Harris. Not much blocking. 1st and 10, run to Spears. Not much there. Alright. Alright, 2nd and 9. Oh, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Was trying to get a snap off. 2nd and 9. First play of the 4th quarter. Throwing it up to DK. He was not able to get it in front of him. 3rd and 9. Here we go. I wanted to throw it. Spears? No. Please turn around, Spears. Here is the punt. Spears needed to turn around to make the play. And we've injured Rashid Shaheed. And our defense needs to show up and get a pick.
Here we go. Yellow, line.
Run to Kamara. Nice change of direction in the backfield.
Quick, yellow.
Oh. Tight end-ish screen. Not exactly sure if that's what it was. Alright. 3rd and 6 for the Saints. Here we go. I got off of Kamara just because he was on him and he still couldn't cover him. Oh boy. Here is 1st and 10. Looks like a run. Is a run. Got absolutely smashed. Barton got put on his ass. Here comes 2nd and 1. Nice tackle for loss. 3rd and 4. Hooker with that play. 3rd and 4. Olave on the... Yeah, should have gone down to that. Honestly, was worried. We had 2 guys on Olave, and I was still worried about Olave catching the ball. Nice tackle for loss by our edge rusher. And here comes 2nd and 14. Cam Akers with the motion. Okay. Well, he just dumped it down to Hill. I'm surprised we've actually let up 303 yards this game. I feel like defense hasn't actually let up that many yards. Okay, Hill just beat both of us, though that actually wasn't my area to cover. We like to have our rookie edge rusher in coverage half the time. No. Brandon Cooks with a nice broken tackle. And the Tennessee Titans giving up. Nice tackle again by our edge rusher. Titans defense trying to collapse in the last few minutes. And that is your 2-minute warning. A stop here is kind of important. Let's not let Rattler run. And a nice sack by Jeffrey Simmons. Try to watch Rattler on the run. Here comes 3rd and goal. And another sack. And we are going to call timeout. Defense has shown up in this game. And now offense will just have to do their job. Please tell me that didn't waste one of our timeouts. We did not lose a timeout with the injury timeout. Here we go with the return and a decent one and out to the 40. We're going to need our defense to show up, or offense to show up. Should have thrown it away. 2nd and 11, here we go. Please. Oh, come on. We needed more of a pass lead there. Here we go. Why do I do this? Oh, he had that one. All right, here we go with 4th down. Spears is going to be my backup plan. Here we go. Alright, I threw the game. That's on me. I shouldn't have gone twice to DK. I honestly thought we had it both times. The second time we should have had it. And I got away from what we were supposed to be doing with playing safe football. We didn't throw a pick, but we should have been more run the ball. I mean, we didn't pass much, but I was trying to focus on the run. Yeah, not a great game overall, actually. Cam Ward with no interceptions, but 34 completion percentage. I didn't actually realize it was that bad. Rushing, I think we did pretty well. We did start getting bottled up at the end of the game. Well, actually, the second half of the game. But I actually wish we kind of ran more with Spears. I thought he was having a really good game. Receiving, nobody with much. Dyke only with one catch. That's not great. But it was for a touchdown. Defense played great, though. Absolutely great. We had, is that 4 sacks on the game? Damn, we had 4 sacks. And we had 2 picks, which is not something we have. So that's at least nice. And we didn't lose the game by a lot. It's not terrible. They were a better team. We held them to 17. That's the first time our defense has let up less than 20, I think, the whole year. That's pretty good. All right, week 18 film room prep. Here we go. Critical game this week. What are we seeing in film? We've done this. Quarterback is the most important switch. Yeah, we saw that last time, and he kind of cooked us, but we'll agree. Go ahead. It's probably going to be sacks, or I'm not exact, or interceptions. It's probably going to be interceptions. That's what it is. Yeah, 1 interception with Hooker. He did have 1. No, he didn't have 1 last game, but we did have 2. That would be nice. Again. We're going to get into weekly strategy, and then we're going to get into this game against the Jags. Gold for Cam Ward. Gold for DK. Gold for our rookie edge rusher. All right, Jags, Titans, raining crazy. Great. Here we go. Here comes Sly with the kickoff. Jacksonville set to return. Here we go. Let's get this defense rocking. 1st and 10 for your Jags. ETN with the carry. Allen with the tackle. Allen, I think. No, it was Reader with the tackle. Got the numbers confused. And tried to shoot in there. Got hung up on a block. 2 rushes for 8 yards for Travis Etienne. And another one, and Allen's in there. And we create a 4th and 3. The Jaguars are punting your Tennessee Titans to return. Jackson with the return. Oh, he got around, and he's off to the races. This is going to be our first punt return of the season. Touchdown, Tennessee Titans. That gets you fired up. Here we go. I almost rushed that and missed it. Here is the kickoff and the return by the Jags. Oh, nice hit. Let's get another stop. Here we go. Reader with another tackle for loss, or actually his first tackle for a loss. Here comes a pass by Lawrence. It is a screen. Nice tackle by Barton. Here comes 3rd and 11. Hunter on the field, going deep, and we're beat deep. Brown with the touchdown, Little with the point after, and it is good. We are all tied up. Here comes the return, and we got blown up. Not a great start, but here comes 1st and 10. Nice catch on the sideline. Thought that was gonna be out of bounds. Here we go. Ooh, missed pass. Looked like it slipped through his hands. Here is 3rd and 7 for the Titans. We had a slip on who I wanted to go to and didn't have time to get it to him. We're going to be crazy and go for it here. And this is me getting back to old ways. Why would we go for it on our 27? I mean, it doesn't matter. The season's already over anyway, but come on. 5 rushes for 8 yards. Not great for ETN. Great for our defense. Let's stop him. Oh, it's a run to Brian Thomas Jr. Injury timeout. ETN is injured. Here comes 3rd and 4. Tanks Bigsby now in the backfield. And yeah, should have covered where I was supposed to. Bigsby with the run and a loss. All right, ETN back in. And a nice tackle by Barton. All right, here we go. Trevor Lawrence with the run and a nice stop. We almost let him get in there. They are going for it. All right. Our defense is going to have to hold up. And it is a run, and ETN is in. Down 7. Or going to be 7. It is good. Here comes the return by Jackson. And he's got some room to the 40. Here we go. 1st and 10. Cam Ward is going to run it and slide after the 1st down. Here comes 1st and 10. Couldn't get it to DK. Here we go. 2nd and 10. And sacked immediately by Walker. Here we go. 3rd and 15. Hunter with the interception. DK didn't even try to go up for the ball. Trying to throw more this game, and it's been a complete disaster. Not many players open. And that is the end of the 1st quarter. All right, here is 2nd and 7 for the Jags, and it is a run straight up the middle. Had no linebackers over there. Should have moved over to the middle. Here's 1st and 10, another run, and a nice tackle for loss. Here comes 2nd and 15. Gonna go to Brian Thomas Jr., and it's a 1st down. Here's 1st and 10, a run, nice tackle, 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. Here we go. Quick pass out to Brown. Just let him have the 1st down. Here we go. 1st and goal. Lawrence with the quarterback draw. Here comes 2nd and goal. A run. Decent hit. Here comes 3rd and goal. Could be a run to Hunter, and it is, and a nice blow up by us. Here comes the field goal by Little. And it is good. And the kick. Jackson to return. He needs this to actually get his goal update completed. Here comes 1st and 10. We're going to get sacked. Spear. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh. 2nd and 27, not a great start to the drive. Spears almost gave us up the ball. Bad pass. Here comes 3rd and 27. DK keeps slipping. I need him to catch that. We are playing terrible in the rain. And not a great punt. Here comes 1st and 10 for the Jags. Would you... I couldn't get him to turn around and look up. He did not want to turn around and look up at all. We have chances for interceptions. 3rd and 5. Yeah, alright. Nobody's going to cover him deep. Great. Here is the extra point. This defense has collapsed. Here is the return. Harris with the return. Not too great of a return. Alright, 1st and 10. Here we go. Spears. Here we go. Trying to get rid of it. Didn't matter because it was a 2-minute warning. Other than we didn't have anybody open. Here we go. Spears wide open. Almost missed the ball. Should have waited for his cut. That would have been a crazy catch, but it was right there. The ball was right there. Not getting crazy separation in the rain. But we have a decent pass. And we are in Jags territory. Here comes 1st and 10. DK win instantly, and terrible pass by Cam Ward. Here comes 1st and 10 for your Tennessee Titans. DK with a touchdown. We're trying to climb back in this. The offense decided to finally show up. We did try to sell still, but was able to make it down the field. And here is the kickoff by Sly. The Jags to return. Here we go. Need a hit on him, please. Every time you click onto someone, it just takes you the total opposite way you're trying to go. 1st and 10 for the Jags. Handoff to ETN. Got in the wrong hole. Just got hung up on other players. Trying to get out there. Getting stuck. And they are at the 40. They had to call a timeout. He apparently wasn't out of bounds. Here comes 1st and 10. Already in field goal range. Got hung up. What are we doing? He got out of bounds that time. Bigsby in the backfield now. They go for a pass. They go for a weird pass, and come on! He throws this ball into coverage, and we just cannot get the interception. Someone hit him. Jags call timeout. Please call a play. Okay, if we stop them in bounds here, they could not have a chance to get another playoff. And that would be great for us. Okay, nope. They are going to get the field goal up. We will call a timeout. He is probably not iced. And it is good. Here comes a kickoff. Harris on the return. See if we can get anything going here. We really can't. Here comes 1st and 10. Going to DK deep. He almost caught it. And that is the end of the first half. Titans set to receive. Here's the kick. Harris with the return. Huge hit. Titan offense needs to show up again. We have what is Ward doing today? Ward trying to sell the game. Have the underneath route. Oh my. Slipping all over the place, apparently. If this offense could show up, it would be great. DK getting pushed all out of the place, but he somehow got at Ward. Please. We are not giving up on this. We are going for it. I just held on to it too long. I looked at the wrong players and I held on to it too long. This is a game we have shot ourselves in the foot at one after the other after the other. All right. 4 catches for 108 for Brown. Here comes 1st and 10. Run to Travis Hunter. Nice tackle. Here comes 2nd and 9. Looks like it could be a run to Bigsby. It's a quick pass out to Brian Thomas Jr. and it was a great tackle. Here comes 3rd and 8. Trying to keep us in this game. Bad throw by Lawrence. Here comes the field goal kick by Cam Little. And it is good. Here comes the return by Harris. Not great blocking, but made something of nothing. I need Cam Ward and everybody to make some nice plays. Or not. Here we go, 2nd and 10. Alright, we're going to throw this game away because we can't block. This is just awful. He was wide open if Cam Ward just could get the ball off, but we can't block long enough to do that. Had a touchdown there easily. And another pass to De'Ami Brown. Gonna let up 200 yards to him today, while we can't even pass for 30. Nice tackle for loss by Simmons. Apparently we cannot play in the rain. Defense not terrible with the multiple interceptions. I mean the multiple interceptions that we turned over the ball, not the multiple interceptions that they got. We've had the chance for 2 to 3 interceptions on defense. Come up with none of them. Nice sack. Here comes 2nd and 18. Here's a chance for an interception. Probably will make a bad throw like he has today. Oh no, that was a good read. Oh great. De'Ami Brown with a touchdown. I love the Titans. I love the Titans. Extra point is good. Here is the return by Jackson. He's got a nice return all the way to the 48. Alright, hopefully we can block this time around. They're doubling DK. Got it to Helm. 1st and 10. That was bad read. Alright, 2nd and 10. Here we go. Get rid of it. Thank goodness. Cam Ward with a nice getting rid of that. Just making some bad plays. We will not figure it out. Alright, here we go. 4th and 10. Going up to DK again. Oh, it was a read. I think he had a chance to it. We're just not getting the throws. He was on Travis Hunter, so that is their best corner. Or he's their superstar corner, at least. Not sure best overall. Here comes 2nd and 6 for your Titans. We are about to have one of the worst games passing. This rain has really screwed us. And it is 3rd and 3, and everybody is open. De'Ami Brown with his 200-yard gain, almost. Not great. Defense and offense have reverted back to beginning of, well, mid-season. This is not a great final game, but it is the final game, so thank goodness. Nice sack, though. Allen with completing his goals, so that's nice. 5 sacks on the season. Very good for a DT. We have some very good DTs. I believe Simmons is almost double-digit sacks. Saw that. Don't know what I was doing. 420 yards today. Trevor Lawrence and the Jags are gods. Nice tackle for loss for Jeffrey Simmons. And another field goal try. We have held them to a lot of field goals, I would say. But it doesn't help when you let up 40 points still. And every time you have a shot at a touchdown, you sell. We've had at least 2 shots to DK that I feel should have been a chance for a touchdown. One that should have been a guaranteed touchdown. Here we go, 2nd and inches. DK not paying attention, and I need to stop throwing the ball. Zach Allen needs another tackle for loss. That would be great. Alright, nope, let's let up a touchdown. Here we go. 1st and goal for the Jags. Bigsby with a run. Come on. Allen, get this tackle. Okay, thank goodness. Here we go, 3rd and 4. Another throw to Brian Thomas Jr., and this time he gets it in. Having a great game. This Tennessee Titan team is amazing. I have no idea what happened from this last week to this week. Jackson to return, having a good day. Here comes a run to Spears. Decent-ish. Not really. Should have ran the ball more this game. But this is a decent... Oh, come on. Here we go. 3rd and 2. Just going to go to Spears. He gets us the 1st down. Here we go. 1st and 10. Spears will get us some yards again. Oh, and fumble, like normal. Alright, let's get through this game. Alright, nice tackle for loss. 2nd and 14. Last play before the 2-minute warning. And we almost let up a touchdown. And that is the 2-minute warning. The Jags gonna pull off a win here. And a tackle for loss for Jones, I believe. Here comes 4th and 3 and the punt. Jackson to return. Wish we could have gotten more today. Helm got blown up and he fumbled. Oh, well. Oh, no, they called it incomplete after a review. Nope, it was a complete pass. Here comes 2nd and 5. Threw a weird ball. It was not a good idea. Here comes 3rd and 5. Not much open. Why did I throw that? Oh my gosh. Well, This is one of the worst games of the season, and I don't know why I'm still throwing the ball. I said we needed to get out of this game. I wish we could get a fumble. Called a timeout because I'd like to see if they run the ball and try to get Allen a tackle for loss. They do run the ball. It is not him, though. They're not going to be willing to give me a shot to get the tackle for loss. Oh, no, they are actually going to give me a shot to get the tackle for loss. Here we go. Nope. It is another tackle for loss for our rookie edge. And that was a terrible game. 4 picks or more. 1 touchdown, I think. It was absolutely awful. Running the ball, didn't do it a lot. No, just terrible game. Defense was good-ish, but we cannot play in the rain. And we need to finish this season and call it good. We threw 4 more picks. All right. Mock Draft 3 has a new number 1 overall pick in Victor Cantu. Don't know if we're planning on taking him. We don't know a ton about him other than he is a decent player. But not sure if I'm willing to take an edge with number 1. May trade down. But we do have the first pick overall locked up. We had it locked up last week because we had a loss to the Browns. So even if we had 3 wins, we would have still had the first pick. But we had an absolute terrible game. So we have 2 wins. But we do have the first pick. That'll give us a lot of options. We have another pick. Ooh, dropped 15 from the Lions. Is the tight end going higher than that? No. There is a tight end that I'm very interested in. It is not Trevor Sheldon, though. He has the same name as another. There's 2 Darnells. One Spellman, and then one. No, it's Antoine. Sorry. There's 2 Antoines. There's one Antoine that's a tight end that I'm interested in. And where is the Jets pick? Oh, the Jets started losing. So I don't actually know. I believe this is most likely the Lions, and then this is the Jets. But they did lose, so we do have a higher pick there. Yeah, so our picks are at 1, 15, and 17. Not sure what we plan on taking. The first player I know I'm very interested in is this tight end. But not 100% sure on who that. We were also, I believe, interested in Darnell, but not 100% sure on that either. It will be when we get closer to the draft and get through free agency and see what comes out of that we start making our decisions. The D tackles did drop. That could mean they're not as good as we thought they were. In the zone, this is the follow-up for Cam Ward on the goal we set. We did reach it. It was on 4,000 passing yards, and we did go over 4,000 passing yards, even with the bad last few games. And we got 4,500 XP for that. Not too much, but it's a help. And this is the playoff bracket. Obviously, we're not in it, but the Chiefs did get the 1 seed. We actually beat them. The Packers. There we go. Get it out there. Have the other 1 seed. We beat the San Francisco 49ers, who have the 2 seed. So we beat some pretty good teams. Obviously, don't know how we couldn't beat the Jags, but we did terrible against them. But yes, this is the playoff picture, and we will look at these stats now. All right, a crazy year for Cam Ward because we had 34 picks, 4,200 yards, and 278 completions out of 543. We threw the ball way too much, probably. 37 touchdowns, that's great. 34 picks, that's absolutely terrible. We're Jameis Winston out here. 51 completion percentage. It's an interesting rookie year. But I will say he's going to stay the quarterback because I think we can make something out of this. 750 yards for Spears on 170 carries. Didn't run the ball enough, but Spears was good, 4.4 yards per carry. Cam Ward had 152 yards on the ground as well, and a touchdown. Receiving, we had the crazy year for DK with 124 reception, which is not even that crazy, for 2,325 yards on all Madden. Yep. And 28 touchdowns. Absolutely nuts. Spears, I did say he was going to go over 1,000 because he was our second in receiving. We did have, in the beginning of the season, or at the midseason mark, we did have Ridley. He did have 400 yards at the midseason mark. So that is where our second receiver would have been. He would have most likely had 800 yards-ish by the end of the season. So Spears ends up being the second leader with 51 for 498 and 5 touchdowns. He was very good as a receiver. I do believe he will stay the back, but I would like to bring in some competition in either the almost said transfer portal, in free agency or in the draft. There are some running backs that could look good. We don't know much about them, so they may have to be private workouts, or we'll have to just guess and we don't take one with a high pick. Helm was fine. He was fine. I don't know if I like him. I am set on a tight end in the draft, so I think he'll be a backup most likely, but he was fine. If this was next year and this was his backup year, I would say this is great. But he was backup for part of the year, but he was a starter for most of the year. Not great. Other rookie only ended up with 19 receptions. Even though I did try to play him from the beginning, he didn't get much time, but he wasn't good. Booty was way better than him, and we picked him up late at the transfer portal, but then he didn't really play, and he really only has played truly in the last few weeks, and that's when he's been good. Same with Odell. They were both better, in my opinion, with less starting time than our other rookie, Alec Owamaner, I believe is how it's said. And I honestly believe Ali Cox was better than Helm, honestly, in some parts, because he was a backup. We didn't really throw to him that much, but he was decent. So yeah, I don't think, and freaking Xavier Restrepo he's probably done. And obviously these weren't expected. They're normal dev rookies, so they weren't expected to be great. I thought Alec had a chance. But DK came on by storm and Don't think this will happen next year. Going to try to be much more balanced. But 124 receptions is not unrealistic, in my opinion, for our number one wide receiver. Chase Claypool, Jamar Chase most likely ended up right around the same, and possibly some of the other players. We'll take a look at that afterwards. Blocking, we did take some sacks. It looks like for most it was J.C. Latham. He could get better. We could look for another one. I don't know. I'm not mad at how many sacks we ended up taking. It was fine enough. Defense, interesting. Very interesting, I would say. Hooker, good year. 119 tackles, was all over the field, had 13 tackles for loss and a sack. Winston Jr., I feel, played very well for his first year, and he wasn't starting the whole year, but he did start at sub linebacker some, and wasn't terrible. I mean, the defense as a whole was terrible, but we had some good games. He ended up having 11 tackles for loss, 102 tackles, 1 interception. We did not get enough interceptions. Our rookie edge was amazing, I think. Did not get enough sacks, but had 28 tackles for loss, which is absolutely crazy. Kind of odd because he's not really much of a run stopper, but he had so many tackles for loss, could not get sacks. We had 1.5. I mean, come on. So I think some of this is going to be playbook related. We are definitely looking to change up playbooks. But for tackles for loss, obviously, we have already went over that. He had 28, but Jeffrey Simmons had 25. That's great. Zach Allen ended with 14, one off of the goal he needed to hit. 13 for Hooker, we went over. Barton had 12 from linebacker. Jewell had 12 from linebacker. Winston had 11 from safety / sub linebacker. Jones also from edge. Wasn't starting the full year, so you can't say anything about that. And also wasn't starting at rush end, so he wasn't as much expected to have sacks. He was more of a tackle for loss guy, but wasn't great in what he had. But yeah, we did not have enough pressure on the year. And sacks, Jeffrey Simmons obviously was great. 8.5 for a D tackle that plays mostly right over the center is a great year. Zach Allen with 5.5 playing off of the center is decent. Would have liked to see more, but obviously we picked him up mid-season. And we have Jeffrey Simmons coming up the middle and another DT. We had a few different DTs starting, so can't totally say DJ Reader wasn't unproductive. If he wants to stay around, I think I will keep him, but we'll see. Barton with 3 sacks, decent from Mike linebacker, and with a pick, I think he had a decent year. We could move on from him, but I don't think it will be this year. I think he will stay around, but not sure. Obviously, we will see. But yeah, not enough sacks on the season. Same with picks. We did kind of pick up a little bit at the end. McCreary was great for us, I feel. He had some bad plays at a time, but he's not that good, so I'm not unhappy with that. Barton with a pick. I would have liked to see more from our safeties. Winston with a thing, but nothing from Hooker. So would have liked to see more from our safeties and our other cornerbacks. Baker with a pick, but it's fine enough. And had like 0 forced fumbles, 3 total, 2 recoveries. That needs to change. And we did have 1 touchdown, or 2 actually, I forgot. 2 touchdowns on defense. That's fine. That's a hit or miss thing. Obviously, sometimes you get lucky with that, but other times you don't. Kick return, I'll just shout out Harris was great, and so was Jackson. They had 2 touchdowns. Jackson also had a punt return touchdown. He disappointed me at times with multiple fumbles, and then made some plays. So we'll see if he stays around. It depends on who we get, in the draft, who might play there. But interesting year. Joe Flacco will not be staying on the team, obviously. Will Levis, he's still got under his rookie contract, so he will be staying on the team and he will be the backup for next year. And that is pretty much it for these stats. I am going to sim through the rest of the weeks and get to the Super Bowl, and then we will go over dev trait upgrades and the team as a whole. Just a quick look for you guys at the playoff bracket, and we will get into the championship round. Here is the championship round, conference championship. Chiefs, Ravens, Green Bay, San Francisco. We beat both of the two of the teams that are in the conference championship. Very interesting. Pro Bowl week, we have a storyline that we need to go over quickly. Looks like there is a reward involved for it looks like message on how it's going, celebrating this week. I was looking back at all the great performance this year. Agreed. I'm not sure who they're talking about. I must have missed it. Oh no, is it all players get some type of award? Yes. Oh no, it is DK that is getting a reward for his performance this year. I was confused. I kind of expected it to be him, but then I didn't see his name anywhere until the end, so that was kind of confusing. Alright, makes sense. Both teams that we beat did not make it to the Super Bowl. It's going to be a Green Bay and Ravens Super Bowl. Alright, awards for this year. CJ Stroud won MVP. Very interesting. Did play us twice, and we let up like 50 freaking points both times, so DK was up there for MVP. Should have won it, in my opinion. And then for the AFC, he did win Offensive Player of the Year. It does not look like we had anybody else. Surprise, Cam Ward's not getting any consideration. Did not win Defensive Player of the Year. Rookie of the Year, obviously, we won. We do that. If we won Offensive Player of the Year, we were winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we did not win. He was up there. I knew the sacks were going to hold him back. I just knew it. I wish the tackles for loss was considered more, because having almost 30 is crazy. Great year for him. Best QB, obviously, doesn't even have us in there. Obviously, we threw 30 picks, 34 picks, but we did have 37 touchdowns. Best RB, obviously not. Best wide receiver, obviously. O-lineman, not. We did have Fleming and Skronsky up there. D-lineman, they're counting Max Crosby as a D-lineman. So, yeah, we're not going to have anybody. Linebacker, we did not have anybody either. I'm kind of sad. I feel like um, we did have. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name. But 50 starts with a B. I'm freaking blanking. I apologize. I feel like he was very good. And then for corner, we did not have anybody. Yeah. So it was a good year. Could have been better. Hopefully, next year we will have more awards than we did this year. Here is the season recap. The Ravens win their third Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson wins Super Bowl MVP, and we already went over most of the awards that especially are shown on the side. So that was a good starting year. Not great, very bad on defense, but we will fix that as we go. Just a quick look at mock draft 4, pretty much the same as number 3. Our picks should not have moved anywhere, but I'll just go down. It did move. They did move. Okay. Apparently, the Jets, I did not see it. Jets or Lions did make the playoffs. Did not realize. And our pick did drop. That sucks. And Trevor Sheldon is a top 5 talent, and that is not the tight end I was looking at. That is also very interesting. Okay. So, and DT Banks is a top 5 talent. Okay. Did not see that coming. That is very interesting. We will have to make some choices. Where is the other tight end? There is a chance I take 2 tight ends. I will tell you that. That is very interesting. I don't think he will go that early, but it is possible. I think most likely it's just because we have him on our board, but I'm not 100% sure, so we will have to watch that. We may have to remove him from the board before the next mock draft so we can get an accurate representation on when he's going. I would take him probably at the end of the first round anyway. You're still getting a steal at that point. But I'd rather not take him with 16. This is going to be interesting. We may not be definitely taking the number 1 overall pick. I might want more picks in the first round or top of the second. This is interesting. We will get into this as we get into mock draft 5 and the draft. This is very interesting, though. All right, here is the team. Not too much change on the O-line. A little bit of a boost on some players, and I tried to get morale to go away. We didn't get that to go away yet, and I don't want to advance anymore. But yeah, Helm won't be starting next year. He is a 71, but no. I do think at least Soskronsky and Latham will have their shots next year. Other than that, I think it's up to what we find in free agency or the draft. The big one is Superstar X Factor for DK. He has double me on him now. He is a 93 overall. Absolutely nuts. Spears, 83. Didn't go up much. Didn't run the ball as much. Cam Ward is a 86. That is great. He has +3 morale right now. but didn't win any awards and didn't get superstar. I thought he could with the touchdowns. I know there was a ton of picks, but 37 touchdowns is still a lot. I thought he might get superstar. I was kind of hoping for that. We need another receiver to complement DK, obviously. I will just generate best lineup so you can see it like that. Yeah, we need a better receiver. I do think I may keep Booty. It depends. We'll see. I'm not sure. And then defense. We got a lot of upgrades. This is what we like to see. Hooker went up to superstar, which is surprising. I think he is 28, so we'll see how he is next year and what we want to do with him. But I feel like Winston Jr. was better than him, and he got no upgrade. He is a 79, which is crazy that Hooker and him are the same overall, and they started at way different overalls. So yeah, I think Winston was better. I don't know why Hooker got the superstar instead. Jones, not going to have a shot next year. Barton did not go up at all, most likely because he regressed. And whatever he got over the season, he lost. Still think he will have a starting shot, but it'll depend. Again, our left edge, Oladijo, has got superstar. He's an 86 overall. He will be great. No upgrades at CB. We'll see what we decide to do there. And really, Sweat didn't go up, but he didn't play much. Simmons went up. He's superstar. I mean, I believe he was superstar, but he is a... I'm not sure if he was superstar, actually. Did he? No, it looks like he was superstar, but he is a 92 overall, which is great. And Zach Allen went up a little bit to an 86, but still great for him. We need corner. We need anything on defense, really. And Hooker, I am not sure what we are going to do with him at 28. He's not really worth having so much when he's not even progressing, really. Even with this new superstar, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, but that is the thing. We got some lucky upgrades and some that I would have loved to see. Obviously, Cam Ward or anything on the offensive line, but that never happens. But DK is our future number one wide receiver. All right, that is going to do it for this video. The next video will be the off-season and the draft. I am excited for that. I'm excited to make this team better. We will go over everything in the next video. We have to sign players, and there's not too many interesting ones, but we do have to sign our players. And we do have to get a new punter, I believe. I can't remember. Yeah, a new punter because Johnny Hecker is retiring. But we will work on that in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope we have a great offseason and a great draft. And let's, oh, Cam Hayward is also retiring, I just noticed. But please leave me a like, subscribe. Let me know you are enjoying this series. I hope you are, because I am enjoying it greatly. We do have a great amount of cap room for next year. So we have a lot of options to play with. And I will see you in the next one. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed. And go Titans.